Action.
Righto team, my good mate, the Made Up Farmer, has said to me that a lot of people have commented on these feeders that this feeder that she's got. So I'll give you a rough demonstration on how to build one. 200 litre drum. You just get I just cut them into 8 sections, just with so most drums will have a line like this through them, so it gives you a starting point. Square it through there, and then diagonal to give you your 8 holes for your bottles. And then you measure roughly on the top about 70 mils, or about where that ring is. 70 mils into where you want to drill your first hole. And then over the other side here, because we're using these plastic bottles, I've found that the hole needs to be slightly oval for the bottle to fit in nicely. With a longer neck bottle, you can use a round hole. Yeah, so anyway, you've got your marks, there. You need a drill with a hole saw. Depending on the size of your bottle you're using, depends on the size of this. This one here is about 80 mil. Whack her through there. And as you'll know, I know the Made Up Farmer sells makeup, but it doesn't work very well on me. And so you want to drill your hole around there. And it's really important to, once you've got your hole cut through, to come in on the angle. And don't blame me for the photos, because Lachlan from Agri Spray Solutions is the video man. And then we need to get a slightly smaller hole saw. And this one is about 50 mil. And then I've marked the distance from there down to there, which is for the first hole, for the top one. Yeah, which is about 100, between 90 and 100 mils. And drop your hand down so you're drilling up, so you're getting an angle through like this. One more, just basically at the bottom of that. That's done there. Then we get the jigsaw. You need a jigsaw, ideally, or a hand saw would do, but. And just tidy up the hole. And hopefully the bottle should just poke in. And then it's just rinse and repeat all the way around.
Ideally, you want to have the bottom of the bottle just popping past there, so when the lambs are feeding it doesn't push it back up.
Yeah. Or you can sit them in there, and then if you've got a bucket, you put the bucket on top and that holds them too. So then, yeah, so you do that 2 more times, and that'll give you 8 holes. I've made a 10 feeder, but you find that's too, or we just found it too tight for the lambs. 8 works really well. And then we get our jigsaw again, and most drums will have a line on them. You want this height here, roughly 480 mils, no higher. You want your lambs to go down on their knees when they get a bit bigger, especially to bend their necks so they slows their drinking down. One other part you'll need, once we've done that, once we've got it looking with all the holes in, which I'll do in a minute, we need to, I cut a ring around here, out of there, because on the inside, just behind us here, there's a piece of windbreak cloth, shade cloth, whatever you like, whatever will do. We put that inside so then the bolts can't drop through. Also, we cut off a ring here, and I'll show you what we do with that soon. Whack this in here again. I should have done this before. I'll drill those out. I think the made up farmer might be sharing today, so she can't be here to give a commentary, so you have to put up with me. Nearly there. The wee trick here is just to take this little bit of the lip off here. And yes, I didn't have hearing protection on. But my fancy watch tells me when it's too loud. That's done that. Earmuffs for this. There's a bit of trial and error with these things. Everyone's slightly different, but you get them roughly right. It's a good use for empty 200 litre drums, if nothing else. So then we get this here. We prepared earlier. This is a cooking show, this. And we get this doodacker here, and we push this down to there like that. And we need to have those so they got enough length to cover the bottom of the hole, which we have. There should be a seam here somewhere. There. And then we get our drill. You just need a few little screws. Anything will do, but that's what I'm using at the moment. You just drill them straight through. Just whacking a couple this way to hold it. And then get your ring that we made roughly. You want just a sort of a nice fit, but give yourself a little bit of wiggle room, so we need to cut that much off. And then we just plunk this in here. This is purely to stop the bottles from falling through. That's all it needs. There's that. Just make sure you clear the bottom of the hole down the side, but you want it just there. And this, folks, is how you make them. Just keep going right round. Good thing for your local men's shed to do for your husband, for your wife, for your son. And hopefully it holds a bottle at the end of that list. And just keep pulling that bit of net up to keep it tight. You can put as many screws in as you like, but you really want one above or around each hole area here. So there's not a lot of cost in making one of these, it's just a little bit of time. Good wet job day. Wet day job.
Just don't look at the weather outside now.
Don't look at the weather. That's pretty much it. Bit of a tidy up. I quite often put a piece of batten or something just through here. They do lose their shape a bit, these drums. Anything will do. And then you have a feeder roughly made. And hopefully the bottle just goes in. So then if they knock it out, it just sits there. Can't fall out. And that's, folks, is how you make a lamb feeder.